God says, someone caught you doing an extremely nasty thing. They noticed you when you tried to sneakily dispose of the evidence of your misdeed, but it was too late. The eyes of judgment were upon you, and you stood there, frozen in guilt as if time itself had paused to witness your transgression. It's a scenario many of us fear, the fear of being caught red-handed in a moment of weakness or moral lapse. But what if I told you that this fear is not just a product of societal norms or personal conscience, but rather, a deeply ingrained aspect of human nature, woven into the very fabric of our existence? Throughout history, across cultures and civilizations, the concept of divine judgment has played a pivotal role in shaping human behavior. Whether through religious texts, cultural myths, or personal beliefs, the idea of a higher power observing our actions and holding us accountable has served as a powerful deterrent against wrongdoing. But beyond its role as a moral compass, the fear of divine retribution has also fueled countless narratives, artworks, and philosophical debates, exploring the complexities of human nature and the nature of morality itself. In the grand tapestry of religious traditions, the concept of divine judgment takes on myriad forms, reflecting the diverse perspectives and values of different cultures. In Christianity, for example, the image of God as a righteous judge, weighing our deeds on the scales of justice, is a central tenet of faith. The parable of the final judgment, as depicted in the New Testament, vividly portrays the moment when all humanity will stand before God to give an account of their lives, a moment fraught with both dread and hope, as the righteous are rewarded and the wicked are condemned. Similarly, in Islam, the Day of Judgment holds immense significance, with the Quranic teachings emphasizing the ultimate accountability of every soul before Allah. The imagery of paradise and hellfire serves as a powerful incentive for believers to uphold moral righteousness and avoid sinful behavior, lest they face eternal damnation. Across various religious traditions, from Hinduism and Buddhism to Judaism and beyond, the theme of divine judgment pervades, shaping ethical codes, rituals, and moral teachings that guide believers in their quest for spiritual enlightenment and salvation. But beyond the realm of organized religion, the fear of judgment, whether divine or otherwise, permeates the human psyche in profound ways. In psychology, the concept of the superego, a term coined by Sigmund Freud, reflects our internalized sense of morality, shaped by societal norms, parental influences, and personal experiences. According to Freud, the superego acts as a kind of internal censor, monitoring our thoughts and actions, and punishing us with feelings of guilt and shame when we deviate from societal expectations. Moreover, recent neuroscience research has shed light on the neural mechanisms underlying moral judgment, revealing how the brain processes ethical dilemmas and weighs the potential consequences of our actions. Studies using functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, have shown that regions of the brain associated with empathy, moral reasoning, and self-control are activated when we engage in moral decision-making, suggesting that our capacity for moral judgment is deeply rooted in our neurobiology. But perhaps most intriguingly, the fear of judgment, whether divine or internal, has inspired some of the greatest works of literature, art, and philosophy throughout history. From Dante's Divine Comedy to Michelangelo's Last Judgment, from Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment to Kant's groundwork of the metaphysics of morals, the theme of moral accountability and existential angst has captivated the human imagination, inviting us to ponder the eternal question: what does it mean to be a moral being in an imperfect world? In the realm of popular culture, too, the fear of judgment finds expression in myriad forms, from dystopian novels and films that explore the consequences of totalitarianism and social conformity to reality TV shows and social media platforms that amplify the scrutiny of public opinion. In an age of surveillance cameras, online tracking, and algorithmic profiling, the feeling of being constantly watched and judged has become an ever-present reality, fueling anxieties about privacy, autonomy, and individual freedom. But amidst the fear and uncertainty, there is also room for redemption and transformation. While the fear of judgment may serve as a deterrent against wrongdoing, it also offers the possibility of moral growth and spiritual renewal. In the Christian tradition, the concept of repentance, or turning away from sin and seeking forgiveness, lies at the heart of the Christian faith, offering believers the hope of reconciliation with God and the opportunity to start anew. Similarly, in secular ethics, the idea of moral reflection and self-improvement lies at the core of ethical philosophy, as thinkers from Aristotle to Kant have argued that true moral virtue consists not only in adhering to external rules or commandments, but in cultivating a disposition of moral integrity and self-awareness. By confronting our flaws and acknowledging our capacity for wrongdoing, we open ourselves to the possibility of moral growth, self-transcendence, moving closer to the ideal of moral perfection, however elusive it may be. In the end, the fear of judgment, whether divine or internal, reminds us of our shared humanity and our inherent capacity for moral agency. It calls us to confront the complexities of human nature and the challenges of ethical decision-making, urging us to strive for integrity, compassion, and justice in our lives. And while the road to moral maturity may be fraught with obstacles and temptations, it is also illuminated by the hope of redemption and the promise of transcendence, a hope that transcends the boundaries of time and space, uniting us in our common quest for meaning and purpose in the face of an uncertain world. In recent years, the quest for justice has taken on new urgency in the face of growing threats to human rights and democratic values around the world. From the rise of authoritarian regimes and the erosion of civil liberties to the resurgence of hate speech and extremist violence, the challenges confronting the global community are daunting, requiring collective action and moral courage to overcome. In response to these challenges, movements for social justice and human rights have emerged, mobilizing citizens and communities to demand accountability, transparency, and respect for human dignity. From the Black Lives Matter movement to the #MeToo movement, from the climate justice movement to the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, ordinary people are standing up and speaking out against injustice, refusing to be silent in the face of oppression and inequality.